Do you think Halliburton is a superstar?
No, not. I don't listen. We need to fully establish the superstar criteria. I know we've had this discussion in the years past, but there is probably only 8 superstars in the NBA right now, and that is LeBron, Jokic, Curry, Giannis, Luca, Tatum, Shea, Anthony Davis, and Anthony Edwards. Those are the 8 superstars in my mind.
I
Everybody
think
else,
I think it's
they on
shorter.
that border.
I
You think
think
it's
it's shorter.
shorter?
Yeah, I think it's
You think it's
shorter.
shorter? You think it's like
Yeah,
5?
yeah.
Mm.
I'm way more
Oh
strict.
yeah, so it's okay. So is KD still a super? KD's a superstar, right? Okay, let me.
So I was gonna
You,
save this
oh,
till after the season,
so
but we
okay,
can we
nine
can
for me.
start it
Nine
off
for
right now.
KD.
I was gonna
Nine
save
for
this
me
till
for
after the
KD.
season. I was gonna save this till after the season, this conversation, but we can start now. Um, my definition of superstar is MVP caliber player who could be the 1A on a championship caliber team.
Okay.
So, with that being said, it might sound blasphemous, but I think the OGs in this day and age, I don't think they can be the 1A of a championship team. So that's Kevin Durant, that's LeBron,
Mm,
that's Steph. I don't
mm,
think they can do it. And I know I probably said this in the past. I thought that Anthony Davis was a superstar. I was wrong. I don't think he's a superstar.
mm.
I don't. I feel like we use that term superstar too loosely. When you're a superstar, you are the pinnacle. You are the peak of a player can be in the league. You are the person that people look to and say, we can build around this player to win a championship. You are the sole reason why we are where we're at. You can carry this team to a finals, to a potential championship. I don't see a lot of the OGs. I don't see Kevin Durant. I don't see Steph. I don't see LeBron being able to do that at their age because they're older, because they're dealing with injuries now. Their stamina isn't where it once was. They've lost the athleticism to be able to get by certain people now. They're a lot of their flaws are showing more than ever before. I just don't think that in this day and age that the 3 people I named can be considered superstars anymore. People will still say they're superstars because of their name value. But just watching what I've seen over the past year, I just don't think that they're capable of leading a team to a championship anymore. Now, let's get to the other names on the list. Anthony Edwards is a top 10 player, in my opinion. But this past series showed me just why he's not a superstar just yet. I feel like we don't keep the same energy when it comes to certain players. Remember with Jason Tatum years ago, we were hesitant to call him a superstar because of his flaws that he continuously showed over and over again. I'm looking at Anthony Edwards, and it's the same scenario where he would get to the conference finals, he would get to a certain round, and he would get exposed. I don't think Ant is quite there yet. He's close, but there's still a step he needs to make before I can say, all right, Ant, he's finally arrived. He's a superstar. All right. I already mentioned Anthony Davis. Who else? Who else is
I
there?
said Tatum.
Oh yeah, Tatum's a superstar, no question.
I said
Obviously Jokic,
Steph.
Shea. I,
Yeah,
I already
Jokic,
already mentioned
Giannis,
Steph. I don't think Steph is a superstar
Luca.
anymore. Luca's a superstar. Giannis is a superstar.
Yeah.
Jokic is a superstar. Shea is a superstar. I think there's 5 superstars.
Okay.
I think there's 5 superstars in this league that I look to and I say they're MVP caliber and they can be the 1A to a team that is trying to compete for a championship. That's just me.
I can't be too mad at that criteria. Me, it's like a combination. Like you
I,
got to have the name value and name recognition, brand recognition, and you also got to have the talent and play to back it up. I still think guys like KD, Steph, and Braun are playing at a super high level for where they are in their career. And KD's team has been lackluster, but but Steph, he was in the mix. They was in the mix until he got hurt.
and,
LeBron,
and that and
they
got hurt. He got hurt. I feel like
Yeah.
injury. We have to take into account injuries as well. That also is a factor. I think at times we tend to ignore the injury
But to
portion
be
of
fair,
things.
Steph is an injury guy.
Right, right, but he's getting up there in age now. Like I think I think it was this past season where he dealt with an injury and he had to sit out for a little bit. He just doesn't have the durability like he once did, back in 2015 all the way to his championship reign in 2022. I just think the age factor and the durability, the lack of durability like how they were before hurts them.
No,
That's just
I definitely can see that. It's just kind of hard to like push out the old guard completely and bring in like the younger guys. I think they've earned the benefit of the doubt for now at least. If they start faltering next season, we could remove them then.
they
But as
have
of right now,
Yeah, right now, this is what I'll say because obviously you can poke holes at my argument. It is very easy to poke holes because you can say, well, was Joel Embiid not a superstar years ago when
oh,
he
I
was
forgot
dropping
about that.
30?
Well, Embiid in Big 25 he's probably not a
But
superstar.
but 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 I'll say this for anybody that brings that argument to the table. I'm not arguing that Joel Embiid doesn't have superstar talent. My argument is that it's not just you have the talent, it's there's other factors at large. It is, are you available? That is a huge part of it all. Are you available? Can I
Yeah,
count on you
that is
from
true.
a night to night basis just
Basis,
off
yeah.
of your health? And when we look at LeBron, when we look at Steph, when we look at KD, that's just not the case nowadays. Even and LeBron, yeah, he played 70 games this year, but if you recall, there was a time during a year, I think it was around Christmas time, where he had to sit out for like almost 2 weeks because of he was dealing with injuries or something like that. He was fatigued because dude is 40 years old. And then he came back and look, he's fresh now. But then here comes March and he gets hurt again. And so the age part of it, the health part of it is a huge part of it all. That's why Kawhi, in my opinion, I don't think Kawhi has been a superstar since 2020.
Mm.
And we give Kawhi the label because we think, all right, he comes back, he's back to form instantly, he's a superstar. But I think we have to really be careful who we label as superstars because whoever is a superstar, it comes with expectations. There's a different level of expectations. And when I look at Ant compared to Jason Tatum, it's clear as day there's a difference in expectations between the two guys. When we look at Jason Tatum, we judge him as a superstar. We judge him as the guy that's supposed to be the next face. I know people say Ant is the next face, but we don't judge him as the next face. Jason Tatum, we judge as the next face. The expectations we gave LeBron, the expectations we gave to Kobe, the expectations we gave to all these superstars in the past, we're giving those expectations to Jason Tatum. We're not giving those expectations to Ant because people are not looking at Ant as the next dominant guy at this moment. Maybe in the future, but at this moment, people are trying to convince you that's the case, but their actions are not reflecting what they're saying. It's just not the case.
I do think they give him a lot of leeway because of the he's 23 argument. And where was such and such when it was 23? And I mean, he still got to play good. I mean,
but they were doing the same thing with Tatum at one point. I
yeah,
think
he was
it
like, oh, he's
started.
only 19.
It,
I
it didn't.
remember that.
It didn't start until 2022 when he made the finals. That's when the criticism started to come because he was making first team All NBA every single year. He was dominating, and then all of a sudden we see the debates of, is he a superstar? Is he in the top 10? Is he better than this person? And then he falters in the NBA finals, and we're like, what's going on? So the same thing is happening with Ant, where we're giving him some leeway, and eventually, over time, there will be that media rush of people that are criticizing Anthony Edwards every single playoffs, every single move that he makes. It's just not right now. because he's still very young. He's 23 years old. But give it another year. If they get Kevin Durant, if they get somebody that can help
running meat.
Right, that can help raise the ceiling for them. You just watch. There's going to be a lot of critics out there that are really going to keep their eye on what Anthony Edwards does in the future.
Oh, yeah, that's how they always do.